if you are a gardener, at one point or another you will need to feed your soil to make sure that it gives you the results that you want. Now there are many ways of feeding the soil, and composting, feeding matter back into the soil is one of the way. Having compost piles, compost bins, being in a small space, and with my little energy, I realized very quickly that I cannot keep up the demands, the labor demands of turning a compost pile. It was too labor intensive, and it took quite a bit of some time to give me the results that I needed. So I resorted back to something that is very easy for me, and that is making liquid fertilizers. So for you to make liquid fertilizers, of course you will need something that will hold water. I'm going to be using that drum over there. I've been making my fertilizer in these containers here, in these water bottle containers that I cut, and it's been working well for me. But I realized that I need more liquid fertilizer than I can produce in such a space. So I am making a bigger, I'm going to start a bigger pile. This is just a drum. And of course, another thing that you need apart from the drums, you need the water, then you need anything that can rot. Yeah, any matter that can rot. It can be grass clippings, it can be weeds that you've got from your garden. They don't even have to be healthy, even if they are sick. It can be cuttings from fences. It can be things like comfrey. I grow comfrey, but many times I use it more in fertilizing than in its other benefits. I use it for fertilizing, I use it for feeding my chicken. It can be chicken poo or cow manure, anything that composts, you can throw it in down. You can throw it. So you gather your materials, and this is what I've gathered, and I'm going to take this and dump it in my drum. So that's the matter in my drum. I am going to be adding water until all the matter has been submerged in the drum. Now, if you don't have the matter to fill the drum, it is also okay. It does not have to be full at a go. You can keep adding matter, and as you go along, you will realize that this matter will keep breaking down, and it will keep going down and down. So as I keep taking off the liquid fertilizer, I add matter, I add food scraps, and I add different things. As I said, anything that can rot. It can be bones, it can be anything. Just drop it in here, and after a while it will rot. This is how it looks, and I'm just going to let it sit here for at least 2 weeks. By 2 weeks it will be ready for use. I'll come and take what I need to use, and then just top up with grass clippings or whatever I have. Anytime I have scraps or what, I can come and dump it in here. Yeah. Over here, like I mentioned before, I have my containers where I'm making my liquid fertilizer from. But let me warn you in advance, this thing can stink. So if you're going to work with it, please put on gloves. If it spills on your hands, they will. I realize that I can take like a day when I have the smell of this. So because these containers were not closed, I did put a bit of dry grass to keep down the smell. You can see a bit of opening and the flies have begun to come around. So I normally work with it in the evening when there are no flies, or those flying critters don't no longer disturb me. But for this video I am going to be showing you this one is newer than the rest. You can still see the green, but you see the fermentation taking place. This is older. Look at that. Now this is very good for the plants, and any type of plants. It is balanced. You can use it for foliar feed, but you can also, I use it to drench the roots. If you're going to use it as a foliar feed, you will have to really dilute it, because if you don't dilute it, it will burn up. It will be too strong for the leaves and it will burn them up. So even for drenching the roots, depending on what plant I am growing, some plants are heavy feeders, so they don't really mind the high concentration. Some plants don't need a lot of fertilization, so you can dilute it. When I am going to use it for foliar feed, I dilute it 1 to 7 or 10. Like if I take 1 scoop, I put it in 10 scoops of water. If I'm going to drench the roots of my plants like I normally do, I use 1 to 3, 1 to 4, depending. The roots really don't mind a lot. They can take the concentration. I do this once a week, twice a week, depending. I really don't have a regular schedule for it. Many times I look at my plants and they tell me what to do, what they lack. But in 1 week of starting to use this, you will realize the benefits, because you're feeding nutrients directly into the roots. That's it for now. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay healthy and God bless you.